Alright, today we're going to be changing the oil in one of the high pressure pumps. It's probably best to be wearing gloves just because it's kind of a dirty job. Anytime we're going to be changing an oil in one of the pumps, we want to shut the power off to it. So we're going to be changing the oil in our rear corners, and so I'm going to turn off the breaker to that pump. And then I'm going to make sure that the power is off by going to a relay station and forcing on the application that I just forced off in the breaker. So I'm going to turn it on. It's not turning on, so I know we have the right breaker forced off. Alright, so this is the pump that we're changing. We're going to need an adjustable wrench and a 20-ounce pop bottle that has the top cut off. This seems to work best for changing oil. This is the drain plug here, and this is the, you can see up here, this is the fill plug. Up here, there we go. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the fill plug cap, and that's going to allow air to get into the unit so oil will be able to drain faster. So with the adjustable wrench, I'm just going to loosen the drain. And this can be a little tricky because if you don't do it right, oil's going to get everywhere. I loosen it to where it's just about to come off. And then I have my finger ready, so when I pop it off, the cap here, I put my thumb right over it so oil's not leaking all over the place. Now to get oil out, I got my 20-ounce cup. I stick it under there, let it fill with oil, and then plug it with my finger. Then I take the oil and pour it into our waste bucket. So, and then you just keep repeating this process until all the oil is drained from the pump. It's also helpful to keep track of how many times you fill up your 20-ounce here. That way, if you do this 7 or 8 times, you know that when you go to fill the pump back up, if you keep the same level, if you fill it to the same amount, you know that you have to fill it 7 or 8 times. That way you're not guessing how many more you have to go, or are you overfilling it or anything like that. So just repeat this until the pump is totally drained. Alright, so now that our pump is drained of oil, I have a piece of Teflon tape here, and I'm going to wrap the threads to create a good seal for our cap. This is kind of a messy. There. And then we have our cap. We're going to screw that back on. Alright, now we need to put oil back into the pump. So I'm going to use my 20-ounce container again, and I'm going to fill it with oil. Probably not all the way, probably to about there. And then I'm going to pinch the sides like that so it's able to pour, and just kind of pour it in there as best you can. And then just keep repeating this process until the oil level, I believe on this pump, you want the oil level to be where you stick your finger about that far in, and then there's oil on the tip of your finger. So not all the way to the top, just about a ½ inch down. And then so once it's filled with oil, you can put your cap back on. And then we go. Alright, now that our pump is full of oil, we have to go ahead and turn it back on and prime it, make sure that it's operating properly. So I'm going to turn the breaker back on that I previously turned off. And now I'm going to go to the relay station, and I'm going to use the relay station to turn the pump on for just a minute. I want to make sure that there isn't any air bubbles in the oil, or somehow that the oil level isn't right. So we don't want to run it for too long, just a moment. So you can hear that the stainless steel line shaking because it's working all the air out of the system. So I'm just turning it on, back and forth, a little while longer each time. And you just want to repeat this until the pump starts to sound smooth, you don't see any leaks. And probably one more time.